everybody, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Greenvale Radio. We are still alive. Yay! I know it's been a while, but hey, we did put up a video semi-recently.
Yes, we did.
Just things have been kind of hectic on both our ends, and
oh my God.
But we're here now, and we're here to talk about Sweary's newest game, The Good Life. Yay!
A game
my name is Whitney.
Yes, and of course I'm Dan. And spoiler alert, one of the two of us might well be considered the star of the game. Is that going too far?
I'm not.
You're not the star of the game?
That is going way too far.
Okay,
No.
well, right now I'm walking up to a poster of you in the game. So I think it's fair to say that you're starring in the game.
I do make a cameo. Me and my dog York, we have a cameo. I backed this game back in 2018.
Yep.
And I picked the tier that allowed me to be on a poster. So I paid for that cameo. It wasn't done out of the goodness of their hearts.
Well,
so I just want to put that out there.
First off, it should have been done out of the goodness of their hearts after, all of the stuff you've done for Sweary and the various games. But even though it wasn't, it's still delightful.
Yeah, I'm surprised. There's been people who are like, "Oh my God, you're in the game!" Like, oh my God, they knew it was me. I mean, I guess there's not that many people named Whitney who are really into Sweary games or whatever. But,
and it literally says Whitney plays survival horror games.
Yeah, and that
I don't
is
think
my,
there's too
my
many
YouTube.
of you. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess we should back up just a little bit.
Course.
So we're talking about The Good Life. It is a game that Sweary tried to first get crowdfunded back in 2017 through Fig.
Yeah.
It failed, and then a couple months later, he tried it again through Kickstarter, and it succeeded. Actually, he made quite a bit more than the initial amount.
Oh, yeah.
And we've been waiting since then, and it's been delayed a couple times. Like, it was supposed to come out in 2019, and then they're like, 2020, and then that didn't happen, obviously due to the pandemic, and then... Then it was spring, and now it's been pushed to fall, but now it's actually happening.
The difference is, I saw a release date for, I think it was April, I saw a release date for July, but it's actually happening. We are actually just 1 week away from The Good Life.
Yeah, it's really, really exciting.
Whew.
And if you guys don't know the concept, I don't know, do you want to describe it, Dan?
Sure. All right. So The Good Life is another mystery adventure set in a small town. The difference is that instead of playing as a detective or as some kind of a police officer of any kind, your main character, Naomi, is a photographer who has been dispatched to the town of Rainy Woods, for all you Deadly Premonition fans, the town of Rainy Woods, to find out why it's considered to be the happiest place on Earth. Although, I think there might be something more sinister that your employers want. I'm beginning to suspect.
If you're a fan of Hot Fuzz, I think it's something similar.
I know,
right? Good.
Especially with all of the talking our main the town's welcome wagon Elizabeth does.
Holy shit! She gets a house. I would love to visit that village. Oh, I will take a house. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to visit Rainy Woods.
So
get a free house. Oh,
Naomi moves to Rainy Woods, and she is quickly set with the task of, photojournalism. She's got to take pictures of important things that the magazine wants. She can post other pictures to fake Instagram in this game, which is called Flamingo. Yeah,
I love that mechanic so much.
Oh, it's so good. I'm just showing it off in the game now, but I'll describe it as well. So every 3 days, there is an update to what they want pictures of. So today, for example, and they're completely randomized. I've played the game, I've loaded up 3 different times, and every time it's totally random. So right now they want Sunday scenery, whatever that means, women eating, working bartenders, long-haired women, and priceless paintings.
And you want to actually keep track of those buzzwords, because through Flamingo, it's another way to make money. So we forgot to say that Naomi's also there to pay back a huge debt. Who knows how the hell she
Ended up
got
owing
this?
$25 million?
Yeah, I think it's like 30,
Or
30,
30 some million
30
dollars.
million,
It's
30
an
million
insane amount of
pounds.
money. Yeah. Oh, sorry, it
It's
was
like, what?
pounds. That's even worse.
I
I
think
said
it was
dollars because oh
pounds.
no, it is pounds. You're right. I was
Okay.
wrong. It is pounds
I
because
mean,
all
it's
of the
kind of
payment is
weird
pounds. She's
because she's
American.
from,
Yeah,
yeah, she's American and the newspaper is
an
American
American
as
newspaper.
well. So I'm
Yeah,
not sure why it's
the
in
debt is
pounds.
in
Maybe,
pounds.
maybe it's just to keep things
I
simple.
think for simplicity's sake, all of the economy in town is based on pounds, so they're just going to keep it that way.
Yeah.
Even though it doesn't make the
So
most sense, we're not complaining.
that's the main reason she's there. That's why she took the job, to get kind of a debt forgiveness. And while
Hmm.
she's there, you have the opportunity to make more money by completing side missions, getting a job. Like, it wasn't in the demo, but I think you can herd sheep,
Yeah, there are
you
all
can
sorts of mini
mine.
games you can do
Yeah,
to
there's
make
a
money.
lot you can do.
You can hunt animals and craft items that you can sell at a store. There's a
Hmm.
little bit of hunting in the game, which was nice. I was very worried
Yeah.
about the hunting in the game, but because I don't like hunting in games. But at the same time, the hunting in the game is handled when, spoiler alert, you're in cat form. So it's
Or dog mode.
or dog mode. So it's
Yeah.
unbelievably cute. It's so cute and bloodless, and you really don't think about the fact that you're killing small
It's
animals
just
because
like
you're just having
pounce
such a good
and their
time.
little gem on the ground that you pick
Yep,
up. It's like, oh, okay.
that's a little
So
easy.
Flamingo, it's the type of Instagram I wish I could have, because man, I would love getting money for each like one of my dumb photos
I
gets.
know.
So with the buzzwords that you get every 3 days, you kind of want to try to take a picture that incorporates the most buzzwords that you can, so you get even more likes.
Yeah.
And also, I've noticed that if you take pictures of things that have to do with backer rewards, like my poster, some of the statues around town, which I believe are backers, uh,
Oh, is there bonus
gravestones.
cash for those?
It seems like I get more likes for taking pictures of those things than, normal
I'm going
pictures.
to recommend to everyone to do what I just did in the game if they want to be super freaked out. So once you get on your first day there, once you get to I think it's 6 p.m., Elizabeth will show up, will teleport to wherever you are and be like, "Hey, don't go out after dark." You just shouldn't. You're not ready for that. It's the full moon, don't go after dark. And the funny part is, if you're on the computer when it does it, it
Because it
teleports
appears
her.
behind you.
No, it's so much better than behind you. She appears in front of you. And so your entire camera is taken up by a super close up of your
Okay.
face.
That didn't happen to me. I was actually going back to the house,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden I was about to walk in, and then she appeared, and then I got glitched, and I was stuck in the house, but I couldn't leave because I was like, oh,
Oh
shucks.
no. Oh, that's
But I
terrible.
just had to warp home again, and I got out of it. But
Oh, okay. Yeah,
yeah,
and that is nice that whenever you press the button, you can immediately warp home. One thing that's going to be a little difficult, I mean, it's not a big problem at all, but that's going to be a little difficult is that we're lacking the one thing I truly loved in Deadly Premonition, which was the ability to know where everyone was all the time. That's going to
yeah,
make this a little harder to, do the investigation.
I was missing that as well. And I was also a little disappointed how fast time moves. It seems like the day
One
just
minute per
started, and next
second,
thing I
yeah.
know, yeah, it's already 1 minute per hour, I think it is, and
Yeah,
it's already 5 p.m. I'm like, shit.
I know.
Okay, well,
Yeah, like literally running from my house to the middle of town takes like half an hour, you know?
yeah, and it's like right down the road.
Exactly. So, yeah, time does move a little more quickly than I would like. I would agree with that, but I think like generally time isn't going to be I don't think it's going to be like very punishing. Like, for example, I missed for one quest you're supposed to meet Elizabeth at 11 p.m. at night, but
Mhm.
and so if you don't meet her between 11 and midnight, it's over. But
Yeah,
you know what? There's no punishment for not getting there. You just have to do it the next day. And I don't think it's going to be in the same way that Deadly Premonition didn't have like the strictest timelines at all. I think it's just like, oh, so you missed it today? We'll just spend more time hanging out in the town, finding random items, taking pictures. Like, it's all about chilling in rainy woods, I think is
Yeah,
the idea here.
I think what I'm most excited about with this game is how customizable it is,
Okay.
because you can dress Naomi how you want. You can eventually, make your own clothes,
Mm-hmm.
whatnot. You can decorate her house and make it even better. The garden, you can do stuff with it.
Oh, yeah.
I remember some of the early interviews with Swery about this game was he said that how you interact with the town may influence who gets together, like romantic relationships, who
Oh,
becomes
wow.
mayor, that sort of thing. So I'm very excited, at least to see in the full game,
How much of
how
that
much
ended
of
up. Yeah.
how much of an impact my character actually makes.
Oh.
I was also uh, pleasantly surprised at how they toned back Naomi's she's really short with people.
She
At
is.
least
She's a jerk. She is a
she's a
jerk.
jerk. She was more so of a jerk in the initial demo we
Yeah.
got when the Kickstarter was still going.
I remember.
She's
I
still a
believe you.
little bit
Of a
over
jerk?
dramatic
Yeah.
about things, like things
But
that
she's
don't seem
not
like a big deal.
she's not
But
as and she's not as cruel as she was in
she seems a bit
yeah.
happier.
Oh
I
yeah, I
mean,
think
or,
that's
or
true.
kind of glad to talk to people. I mean, she seems upset sometimes when something bad happens. It's like, oh, okay.
She
She
does
is like,
overreact, I'll say that. She does
yeah,
overreact to stuff.
she does
Uh
that whole like gun to the head thing a lot,
I
especially when
know.
she's getting a new side mission. I'm like, bitch, stop. We want to do the side mission. We need money.
We desperately and I mean it's dead it's a sweary game. I just want to find out more about this town.
Yeah.
And it's such
I
an intriguing and such again, this man is so good at these dense locations, but like this absolutely packed with places to walk around and at the same time and I can't wait to get outside of the city in the full game. Like you looked at the map, right? Oh
yeah,
my,
it's huge. I
it's
was
enormous.
I kept getting yelled at by Naomi because I kept trying to leave.
I know.
She's like, "This is the demo. We have to save things for the full game." And I
I
kept
know.
hitting that like edge. I'm like,
Every
I
time
just
I
wanna.
tried to go. I
I'm like,
know.
ooh, what's that over there?
Yeah,
Blocked. I'm like, okay,
you're
sorry,
not allowed to
Naomi.
leave the main
Sorry.
town, but it's like there's gates, there's campsites, there's hotels and stores all
I
over the
was
place.
able, I was able to get to a different hotel
Oh,
that's kind of behind the White Forest or whatever.
nice.
Where if you get to one side of it, you get yelled at. But I was able to get in and talk to somebody in there. He didn't turn into an animal
At night.
when the month came by,
Okay.
but I explored the shit out of this demo. I don't know about you,
Oh, I did
but
too. I spent all of last night just wandering around, seeing how far I could get. And just like you, I hit all sorts of, soft lock walls. I'm like, oh, I cannot wait to get far. Like, there's a waterfall, there's a quarry, there's two different caves, there's a mine, there's a
yeah,
giant like mountain that is covered in snow and ice, way at the north end of the map. Like, there's such a variety. There's a swamp. There's a forest that seems to be full of wilting trees. Like every
yeah.
part of this, it's so intriguing.
It seems like it's like the best bits of
Yeah,
Deadly Premonition,
yeah.
where there doesn't seem to be a lot of combat. I mean, there's I guess a little bit.
Hmm.
We had to fight a badger to get to the end of the demo.
I
So
know.
there might be more combat, but from what I've seen, most of it is talking to people,
Yeah,
doing their little fetch quests, and exploring,
yeah.
which and taking pictures, which is
By
really fun.
far, the worst part about the entire game was trying to fight that badger. For
Yeah,
me,
I
I
I
I
died.
wasn't good at it. I almost
I-
died. I ended it with
the
half a hit point.
the first time I did it, I died, and then
Oh,
I did it again, and I ended up just running away. I'm like, wait, I can just leave?
yeah, you can just run
Okay,
around him. It's fine.
yeah. I was like, why? I kept doing the attack button, but I guess my timing was off because
Yeah, you
the
have to do
badger
it.
was. kicking my butt.
Oh yeah, you have to do it early, and the game doesn't have like lock-on
Maybe
based combat, so
maybe it's because I guess the dog's swipe wasn't quick enough. I
maybe.
think there's ways to improve your
Oh
stats
yeah.
when it comes to fighting with the food
That's
and
one of the
whatnot.
interesting things when I was browsing through the food menu. Like, there's just this giant, like, every different food stuff does 4 different things to your
Yeah.
abilities. And I, of course, spammed the food stuff that made it so your hunger meter doesn't go down for 20 real-time minutes after you eat it. That was super useful, believe
I did
me.
the one with your stamina. So
Oh
she
yes,
had
your
a longer
stamina.
stamina
Yeah.
bar. Yeah. So I was able to run longer and
Oh
I
yeah,
also
that's fantastic.
used the food for increasing my tolerance to alcohol. So I could do
Nice.
the side quest with the I just forgot his name. The
Which
pastor
one?
minister dude.
Yes, the
The guy.
minister.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Who has the
Yeah.
granddaughter? And yes, yes. I'm blanking his name too. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
no,
He
that's
actually has three. There's like three of them. I thought they
yep,
were the
they have the
same
3 kids.
character.
No, there's
Yeah,
three
but they're
different
different.
kids.
I'm like, oh shit,
Yeah.
this is a different character. I didn't realize it. Uh, so I was surprised at how much you could do in that demo.
I
Like
know.
it seemed,
There's so many missions.
yeah,
Like, it's a good
I
3 hours worth of gameplay, maybe more. Like, if you just
it
want to
was it
explore
was
as
more.
well. Oh no, but
Yeah,
saying if you
it's
just
more.
did the missions, I think it would take you like 3 hours. But if you
All
also
the
want to
side ones,
explore,
not the main ones.
oh no,
Just
of course not
if
the
you
main
do all
ones.
the
Yeah,
side ones, yeah.
yeah. It's going to take you like three,
I
4 hours, and then I mean, if you just want exploring the town and collecting stuff like we were, you could just spend, hours and
yes,
hours in this game, and that's just in the town and the witch's forest, because that's all we have
yeah.
access to now.
I my playtime to the demo is up to like 24
Oh
hours.
my god!
Because I played a lot on my own and then I ended up streaming it again over the weekend.
Oh,
So that
of
just put in more
course.
time. Uh, but
It's
yeah, I'm having a blast. I really like how it looks too. It's improved so much since the initial
yeah,
um
the initial demo.
initial yeah, the
Yeah,
initial demo and whatnot. It looks so quaint and cute, and then it's
yeah.
hiding this dark underbelly. I love it. I
I
love it. It's
know.
like Hot Fuzz.
I mean, it's just like Hot Fuzz. It would not surprise me if that was one of his main inspirations for this. Oh god, yeah.
So I guess
And
we
let's
should
get
actually
into
kind
the
of talk
plot a
about
little.
the plot. Yeah.
Okay, so and this is where it gets fascinating. So she comes to town. She just she's assigned a couple of photography jobs, and then immediately that first night she sees that the place is now full of dogs and cats where once were people, and they all are stylized after the people she met. I gotta say, when it first came out, that they were going to be adding dogs, I'm like, oh, is this going to hurt the game? And I'm like, no, having dogs and cats and there being a team dog and a team cat,
Yeah.
and you can only get certain missions and you get store discounts if you're on team dog or team cat. That's a
Yeah, I
great
thought that was
choice.
funny. I was like, did you try going up to different characters while you were a cat who are a
Yep.
dog person?
Yep.
I was like, damn, that's like harsh.
It's cold.
A harsh reaction to a puppy.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But it's great. So of course, you can pet all of the animals at night.
Yes, I
Obviously,
love it. I love it.
it's the non-stop petapalooza, which is exactly what we're here for.
Oh,
So then,
also,
yes,
hold on. Uh, speaking of flamingo, you know
yeah,
what gets a lot of emokes?
I
That's what they're
don't.
called in the game. Take pictures of dogs and cats when they turn.
Oh,
I got one photo. It was a crappy photo too, of like a group of the cats in the main square. And
yeah.
I think there's a dog in there too. I got almost 10,000.
Wow. Wow,
Yeah.
that'd be like
So if you're
$50. That's
yeah, if
great.
you're looking for some money, make sure to get when the moon gets full at night. Make sure to bring out your camera and snap a few photos of those cats and dogs. You'll
Oh,
get some
that's
money.
that's so fantastic.
Yeah.
So in investigating, she meets a witch who makes her some drugs to get her high.
Well,
Uh,
she wants to get up to
yeah, she wants to get up to the clock tower of the church, the
because she
bell
saw him.
tower of the church, because
Yeah,
she
she
saw
saw
a
a
mysterious
mysterious
light
item.
up there. And she thinks that that weird glowing light might be connected to why everybody's suddenly dogs and cats. Is she hallucinating? Like, what's going on? So she gets up there and she finds so she turns into a cat after she gets high. And of course, cats can climb walls. And she goes up there and she finds a statue of Britannia.
Hmm.
So this is and that, as they explain to us, it's a very nice sequence where they explain the history of the symbol of Britannia, that this goes back to like the days of Rome when they
Yeah,
conquered Britain, and they came
yeah,
up with this female personification of England. And the person was like, that statue could be 2,000 years old. And I'm like, too bad it crumbled to dust when you touched it.
yeah. Pretty much, she grabbed it and then it fell apart, and she's like, "Oh, fuck."
And then we learn essentially that this town has shrines to A, the moon, and B, dogs and cats. And so obviously this whole history of people turning into dogs and cats around the moon, at the time, a certain time of the
Full
month,
moon, I think. Yeah.
full moon time, yes, all right, is going back thousands of years. Like it seems to be part of the tradition in this part of the world. And I cannot wait to find out more about it. And Elizabeth says she's going to help us find out more about it if we do a couple of quests for her, and then we have a couple
Yeah.
of fun quests.
Make her some shoes and
Make her
then
some
catch up to
shoes,
her.
and then catch up
Yeah.
to her, and then go talk to her brother. And her brother's great.
Her brother is an inspiring, well, I guess he's a novelist.
Poet and
He
novelist. He's doing
he
both.
he he's very very full of himself.
Unbearably pretentious.
And if it wouldn't be a sweary game with something like what? He also has a sister complex
Yep.
of it. They're half brother and sister. So they
Yep.
are blood related, so that makes it like
Extra creepy.
ew.
It's a sweary
Ew.
game. It was always going to get creepy. You
There's
knew it
always
was
going to
going to
be
get
some
creepy.
like little
Ugh.
really? Okay. We'll go with that.
We're going to make you uncomfortable.
We had the full-on incestual relationship in Deadly Premonition 2, so
Yep. So it's something he's still going to keep playing with.
Yeah.
That was messed up. God, I love Deadly Premonition 2 so much. Dear
And
Swery, just FYI, if you could get that on a system, another system, we'd really appreciate that. I
well,
know it's out
there's
of
the
your hands,
rumors
but
it's going to be on PC.
oh,
So
thank God. The sooner the
fingers-
better.
No, what I want them to do is fix the glitch with the last stamp. I have put too many hours in that game
to not
getting
have all
the
the
stamps to not get the last stamp and
No,
get
hey.
that last suit. I've done the most inane things in that game, hours upon hours.
You are so
Of
good
shooting
at virtual
squirrels.
bowling now.
Of getting a suntan, of sleeping outside over and over and over
Of
again.
getting sick and then getting those illnesses cured.
Exactly.
I know what you have to do. It's
Give
insane.
me that last stamp. It's glitched.
I
Please.
want that suit.
I am not doing it again. I am not doing it again. If there's a PC port, I'm not doing it again.
No, that's
I'm
quite
so
fair.
mad.
No, I mean, once there's a PC port, you can just ask someone to unlock the final suit for
Yeah,
you in the game code.
Yeah,
Once,
I'll be able to see it if it comes to PC. But
and so what happens is she finally does all these quests, one of which involves getting a literal golden omelet from a golden egg
we have
made
the
by
golden
the golden
egg,
goose.
which
is,
turns her into a dog, which was pretty funny.
Yeah,
She's like, I gotta run. I'm so light, and then she turned into a dog.
No, and I love that little bit of writing where she's just like she takes on the character of a dog, and that suddenly she's so excited about everything. And God, I just need to move. This is fantastic. I can smell everything. I should go do something. Like, it's so cute. It's such a cute scene. And then she's like running, and then she's running on her hands and feet, and then suddenly she's a dog.
She hears like a dog in the distance.
Yeah, she hears a dog,
and then she starts being able to smell stuff like the roses. Like, why didn't I notice this before? And it's like her senses are opening up.
Yeah, it's a good scene.
I guess rewind a little bit. We should
please
talk about before we get to the end of the demo. So the cat and dog have different like attributes,
abilities. Yes,
you could put towards your investigation. So the cat, you're able to climb buildings. And
Mm-hmm.
also you can swipe at things and kill them. The dog allows you to dig
Yeah.
at certain spots. He gets stronger and faster.
Mm-hmm.
And he could also, you can get like smell signatures, like of animals and people and whatnot, so you could
I
follow
love
trails
that.
that
So
way.
I'm like, what a brilliant move. So at a certain point in the game, I'm going to need to find a lot of like small animal skins. And you can like, if you find a hedgehog, you can aim at the hedgehog, capture a hedgehog scent, and then every hedgehog in the game is now on your mini
Pops up
map.
on your map. Yep.
Oh, such a smart system.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty cool. And I believe there's going to be certain point, at least if the interviews and whatnot before this demo came out, I think we're supposed to be able to use like the cat to spy on people.
I
Because
know.
while the while the townsfolk churn like every full moon, like in a couple days past it,
Yeah.
I guess the full moon lasts for a little bit more
It
than
lasts for
like
3 days. Yeah.
yeah, lasts for 3 days. Everybody turns into an animal in that town.
Yeah.
Naomi can just turn at will at any point of time. I mean, you can
Yes.
just turn into a cat, turn into a dog, turn back to human. No one seems to notice. I thought maybe I'd get in trouble turning into a cat or dog in front of somebody, but they didn't. They
No,
didn't
they
seem to
didn't even
care.
notice. Which again, I'm not saying it's all in Naomi's head, but the woman who gives her the potion does say it was all in her head.
I think she's just
Messing with her, I know.
yeah, playing coy. She
Yeah.
knows. She knew exactly what she was doing. But
Oh yeah.
um,
It's a good scene
what
nonetheless.
what I find interesting is that that must not be the main secret, because if that was
Of
it, our
course not.
mission would be
No,
over.
no. God no. There's so much more going on here.
There's also a little bit of a like a storyteller thing that breaks up the chapters. So
Yep.
we started with a little history about the first
About
leader
Dick
who had
Whittington and
yeah.
the famous character Dick Whittington and his heroic cat.
Yeah, he made him a lot of money, and the cat lived for a long time.
A really long
Like,
time.
like,
And then we get
was
to
it
the
really a
story of
cat? Don't know.
oh, who
Maybe it was
knows?
an
Maybe.
alien.
Well, it's gonna fact. I'm sure that like the two stories we see, one about Dick Whittington and his famous cat, and one about Charles II and his love of the spaniel. Right,
Hmm.
both of those are clearly in like setting up that being near animals gave the people the ability to do these amazing things, and I think that's going to fit into the game's mythology. I don't know how yet. We've
I
just
think
started the
there's a.
game, but it's
Did you
got to
watch?
factor in.
Did you watch the trailer? The new trailer they released?
No, I didn't watch the new trailer because I knew
Okay,
the
well,
demo was coming out. So,
there's a little bit. You could see some visuals, and there seems to be like a sheep person
oh
thing. So
wow,
maybe there's like a sheep component too. Also, it
interesting.
looks like there's like a Sherlock Holmes character too. I'm like, oh, all
That's
right.
so exciting. Yeah,
Yeah.
we've made it to the church to go climb the church, and it's during the sermon when Benedict is
Uh-huh.
giving his sermon on Sunday morning. Which, by the way, again, it's nice to check who's showed up for the sermon. And oh, here's Salome. Of course, Salome is the wife of the minister and is an unbelievably cute
Oh,
cat.
that's how you say her name. Oh my gosh, I was saying it wrong on stream.
You're
I
saying
was saying like,
Salome?
yeah, I was just saying.
Yeah,
Is it Salome?
it's Salome.
Salome
It's a
sounds more
biblical name. Yeah,
okay. That sounds
so much better.
yeah. I was like, man,
Okay.
I don't think I'm saying this right.
Yeah.
All right, well now I know. Now I know.
Hey, it's nothing to be ashamed of. I just learned how to say Siobhan. So there you go.
Oh,
Are you
I knew
familiar
how
with
to
the
say that
Irish
one.
names? Yeah. Well, no, me, my entire like childhood and most of my adulthood reading books, I'd be like, oh, here's a character named Siobhan. Nope, it's
Or
Siobhan.
Chevron.
Chef, yes. Oh, yeah, but there is a lot of her getting knocked out and showing up weird places.
It seems
Because
like
that
she falls
happens,
asleep.
yeah, and then wakes up
Yeah,
someplace weird. And is that significant? Is that,
I
is this
assume
the
so.
magic of the town? Is it something going on with her? I cannot wait to find out more about her backstory. And, well, we'll talk
I want
about
to know.
who in the town we like the most soon. But yeah, I cannot wait to find out more about her backstory and how she ended up owing 30 million pounds to somebody.
Like seriously, what did you do? Did you
Yeah. Well, and this
burn
is why I
down
think
like a
something
building?
sinister is an entire city block, maybe.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
This is a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
Maybe she got into like crypto and lost a lot
Oh,
of money.
that
No,
could have
probably not.
happened. But what's
Over
interesting
on
is, what the reason I'm sure that something is sinister is going on is because the people who've hired you have specifically said, if you can find out all of the secrets of the town, we'll just wipe out your whole debt. Like,
yeah.
irrespective of how much money is left to pay off, we'll just wipe out your whole debt if you can find out what's going on. I'm like, what kind of secret can be worth $30 million?
Yeah.
I'm
So
very intrigued to see where
I
that's
mean,
going.
that's a good loophole. So if someone doesn't make an
Yeah,
amount of money during the game, they could still beat the game.
exactly.
Uh,
I mean, I love taking pictures. Is anybody going to make the $30 million just by taking pictures and posting them to
no,
Flamingo?
I'm assuming that as
The game
time
goes
goes
on, we'll get
on,
more and more
we're gonna
valuable
get more
jobs.
money. Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
But
It's
I'm having a
interesting.
blast just
I just want to hang
running
out in
around,
this town. That's the thing.
talking to people, helping them out. Though I get a little bummed by Naomi's reactions a bit because that's just so not me. You know, I'm
Yeah,
not so abrasive, and she
she's
kind
very
of
abrasive.
she kind of reminds me of Carol when she's talking to York. It's kind of like that.
Yeah, that's the kind of
Um,
vibe. I
I'm
totally agree with that.
hoping she mellows out a little bit as the story goes on, and I'm seeing like hints of that
Yeah.
when she's talking to certain townsfolk and whatnot. But right now, because everything's so new and she doesn't really know these people, she's a little bit mean.
She's
And I'm like,
standoffish. She's very
yeah,
confused about what's going on. I hope that, as in Deadly Premonition 1 and 2, she'll like become part of the town's fabric as she goes,
yeah.
right? And gradually feel more at home there. Because again, she was given a house on her first day there, and
I
she's
would
gonna
take a
fix the
fucking
house.
house. Come on,
I
Naomi.
know, I know. It's don't complain. It's crazy to complain.
And then she walks up to the house. It's like, oh, it's a piece of shit. I'm in the booties.
What
I'm
would
like,
you expect? It's a free house.
town is like a minute walk away from your house. What are you talking about? But I guess a minute, it's an hour. So
That's true. That's true.
yeah.
Oh no, but it's a beautiful, like, it's such a beautiful town. It's so wonderfully interconnected. Like all of
Mhm.
these wonderful little streets and the little houses on them, and it all feels so good to walk. Do you think fast travel, like, I don't think we're ever going to get a car, but I mean, do you think fast travel is just going to
Well,
be jumping
there
from
is
shrine to shrine, or is it going to
no.
be
She can ride sheep.
I have not tried riding sheep yet. I remember that
Well,
from the
no,
videos.
yeah, this is from like the videos
Well, no,
during the
yeah, I remember that
Kickstarter.
from the videos.
But
I
I
didn't
don't
know
think
if
that's
that was like,
available in the demo.
oh, okay. I didn't know if that was just going to be a mission based thing or if that's actually going to be a mechanic. Because with a map
I
this
think it's a
size,
mechanic.
well, and every time we can unlock shrines and we can fast travel between shrines, so that's going to be hugely helpful too.
Yeah, but you have to
Yeah,
pay every time you
I
do a fast
know. But
travel.
as you said,
Um,
there's going to be better ways to get money soon enough.
at least I assume so. I mean, also you move faster when you're an animal as well.
That's true.
So I'm
And a
assuming
dog moves quite fast.
there's gonna be because I know if you make certain clothing that will extend your stamina bar too.
Yeah.
Uh, there's gonna be ways to make traveling a bit faster. I'm not
Yeah.
sure if we'll get a vehicle or anything like that. I don't remember anything in the
In all of the
updates.
updates, yeah, neither do I.
But it is an extensive map, so I'm assuming there's gonna be some sort of
Quick ways
maybe
to
it's just
navigate.
yeah, maybe it's just the sheep thing. I mean, at least you can warp to your house.
That is convenient.
Yeah.
And then, but I just love that it's like you've got a stress level that, like, go walking around and just working constantly increases your stress level. And so just go to the bar and have a drink and do other activities and you'll lower your stress
Did
level.
you get did you get sick?
I did not get sick.
So, the game also kind of takes note on what she's eating as well. I was
Ah.
one time
I kind of
I was like,
stuck to decent food and salads. So there you go.
yeah, if you don't stick to decent foods, I got a toothache, I think, at one point
Oh
when
my god, this game.
I had to go to the vet
Hospital
slash
of the vet
doctor
slash
of the
doctor.
yeah to get that fixed.
By the way, I
And
love that little hint that, they're all animal people, that the doctor is also a veterinarian.
yeah, so you have to also keep an eye on just there's also a meter for her overall health.
Yep.
and that ticks down as well. And if it
Mhm.
gets too low, she can get ill, and you need to take care of that, or things are just going to get worse for her. There's I guess tonics you can take and whatnot. It looked like the um Forest Witch could make some stuff for you, but you have to shell out some serious cash, or you can go to the doctor.
Yep.
There's a lot of things you kind of have to keep an eye on, which is interesting. It's very much like an RPG where you have different stats and whatnot,
Yeah,
but there's
there's more
also it's
management. Yeah,
mystery.
there's definitely more character management than I was expecting. Like obviously I had
Yeah.
read the thing and I had said that like and he had said how much there was going to be and even knowing that I was still surprised with the actual amount of character management I'm supposed to do. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
quite impressive.
and again, we were limited on how much we could really explore in the demo, but
Mhm.
one thing I found was interesting is the places we can go into at any time at night. The only factor changes if the person's there to actually sell you something.
Yeah.
So you can go into the bars, you can go in the stores.
Yeah.
So if you
You can
have like
always look around.
yeah, if you have a buzzword you need a photo of and it's in a store, it won't be closed. You can go in there at any time, but maybe the person who runs it won't be there.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay. So
and
as we close in on the end of the demo, we've done all the quests, we've done everything, and we're like, okay, we're finally going to find out what's going on in town by talking to Elizabeth about it. And then you get there, and how shall I put this? You follow her, she has been murdered.
she has a sword through her chest and she's floating in the water.
Damn.
And I'm like,
Specifically designed to remind you of the various Lady in the Lake imagery.
yeah, I was like, Lady in the Lake. Oh, I'm like,
Yep,
oh,
sword,
okay.
lake, woman in the swamp. Yep, this is a Lady in the Lake image. Because again, this game is going to have, I mean, based on the Lady in the Lake stuff, the stuff about Britannia, the Dick Whittington and Charles II stories, obviously the whole history of England is going to be talked about in this game. So we can expect this to get very mythological very quickly. And I'm
Yeah, it
quite excited
seems
about
like
that.
it's gonna get it's obviously not based in real life, so we're
Of
gonna have
course.
some bizarre stuff. I'm sure more magic's gonna appear throughout the game.
Oh, totally.
Uh, but it's so interesting so far. So you have the whole customization stuff. You
Mm-hmm.
have a murder mystery. You have the
Yep.
overall mystery of trying to figure out what's up with this town. You have
Mm-hmm.
the social stuff with talking with all the townsfolk and doing their multiple side missions. It seems like there's so much you can do in this game, and I love it. I love
Yeah.
it.
I am just blown away by how huge this game seems to be. I was like again, I was expecting something like Deadly Premonition 2, and it seems like this is going to be bigger in scope than either of those games. And that sounds crazy considering how huge those games are, but at the same time, this thing has the potential to be his, biggest and most impressive title yet. And that's
Seems
coming from two
very
giant fans of Deadly Premonition.
seems very detailed.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, the only, like I said, the only things I'm like a little about is Naomi's personality, which could change as the story goes on. I think she's
Yeah.
a bit too abrasive, but
Mm-hmm.
that's my own thing. I don't like playing overly
Abrasive
abrasive
characters, I get it.
people. It's like, man, calm
You,
down,
you want
Naomi.
you want a you want a slider that lets you decide how you respond to people, and you want to be able to be
Yeah,
nice if you want to, and that's fine.
yeah, and then so you have it just I think the customization thing is
Oh,
just
there it is.
so mind-boggling to me. The fact
Oh
that
yeah,
we can decorate a house, we can
yeah.
do all this stuff. It's just so cool.
Farming, house decoration, all
Yeah,
of
you
these
can
odd
do
jobs, getting to
gardening.
know characters. We're going to be able to garden. We're going to be able to craft. There's no fishing. Like he specifically was asked, is there going to be fishing in the game? No, there's not going to be fishing in the game.
Oh, I thought there was gonna.
I
Okay,
thought he
there's
said
no
there
fishing.
wasn't. That like they had
Oh, I don't
intended to
know.
put in fishing.
I just
Yeah.
assumed there would be fishing.
Well, I found a
Be-
caterpillar and I thought, oh, is this bait? But then it said it was supposed to be used in concoctions, so
Yeah, it's for
maybe
the
not.
witch.
All right.
There's all these lakes around. I just assumed. Well,
Me
no,
too.
one of the food items needs fish.
Oh
So
yeah.
maybe you catch it as an animal then.
Oh yeah, maybe like catch it as a cat or dog. So here's my
Yeah.
question to you. Um, and I honestly don't know whether the red tree in town is supposed to be a red tree note, or if it's just supposed to be a tree that actually exists that has weird leaves. Like, are we supposed to like think of that as a nod to Deadly Premonition? Because there is a direct nod to Deadly Premonition in the game. And there's a red tree in town, and I'm like, so is that two nods to Deadly Premonition?
Well, there's going to be more because if cons- uh, depending on your backing tier, you can also plant red trees in your garden. You
Oh,
can get a red
wow.
interior to your house, and you can wear an FBI outfit.
Oh, God,
So
now I wish I had done a higher backing tier. This is so embarrassing.
yeah.
I'm gonna miss out on so much. But luckily
So
you
I'll
did,
have
so I can
that.
see your
Yeah.
footage. Yeah, I'll just watch your
I'll be able to
footage.
share. Yeah.
Thank you. Well, no,
I'm
it.
assuming there's going to be some more nod. I mean, there has to be an FK in the game, right?
Well, gotta be. There's no
Yeah.
way there's not an FK in the game. There's been an FK in every game.
I mean, I
Like
haven't
there,
come across anybody
there
yet.
was there was even an FK in The Missing. You
Hmm.
know, a place that FK had no logical reason to be. It's still in there. You know, so yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure there's going to be an FK somewhere in this game. I just don't know where. But I'm excited to find him or her or they, whatever it ends up being. I mean, just with all these dogs and cats, again, maybe this is just the sweary nerd in me talking, but with all these dogs and cats, how is there not room for a Forest Cason that turns into a Dalmatian? You've got to put that
I'm
in, right?
I'm hoping there is.
Yeah,
I'll be looking for a forest Giesen. Maybe in one
yeah,
of the when you read her emails, they talk about some of the other towns that are nearby. It looks like we visit
yes,
those, so maybe we'll see a
yeah.
forest Giesen like in the background in one of those places.
I'm hoping
Um,
so. And one of the things I loved about the game was literally just that, just like Deadly Premonition and all the others, it absolutely, like, it lets you be as involved as you want in the game. Like, if you just want a critical path to story, you can be done this in an hour and a half.
oh
But
yeah, like the
as
demo can
Whitney
be
has
super
said,
short if you want.
yeah, and I think the game's going to be the same way. If you want to just Eri Tsugawa, yep, here's one of the statues, Goddess of Gourmet statue, nice.
There's one.
Um,
There's one where the tagline is "declined statue" or whatever. I'm like, oh, I guess that backer didn't want a statue,
that's so
but you,
funny.
but you can still take a picture of it and get like a bunch of emokes.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh,
Yeah.
such a nice touch. But yeah,
Oh,
like there's. Oh,
Sweary's
please.
gonna be in the game if you're a
Oh,
certain
nice.
backer. Dinner with
Nice.
Sweary.
Oh,
I'll
you're
get
gonna
it.
get to
I'll
meet
get a picture with him.
Sweary. You're
Yeah.
gonna meet Sweary at the Mushroom and Evans and have dinner there.
Maybe he
Oh,
has a house or something. But we're
oh,
gonna have.
maybe it's.
There's gonna be a dinner with Sweary thing for my tier. I'm excited.
And the question becomes, what kind of animal does Sweary turn into?
Ah, I wonder. I'm
Mm.
gonna assume a cat. He seems to be a
He
cat
does love
person.
cats, but I was gonna
Yeah.
say maybe he turns into that monkey he loves so much.
Well, was mention of a plush of Sharapova,
Oh,
so
nice.
maybe
It would be great.
I don't know.
Another thing, and I'm doing this in the video right now, one of the things I really love is that when you turn into the cat and jump onto a fence or one of the fences, you automatically stay on the fence when you're running no matter what. Because cats are sure-footed. Like you can't
Mhm.
just fall off the fence. You will automatically stick to the fence unless you purposefully jump off of it. Such a nice touch. So you have to
And
like
I
directly walk off it at 90 degrees if you don't want to be on the fence anymore.
so I got pretty used to being able to turn into a cat. So when I started over for my stream, I'm like, oh, I can't
Damn it, I
turn into a
forgot.
cat. I
Yeah,
can't. I can't jump over this fence.
I know. But at the same time, she may not be able to jump over a fence. But oh my God, do I love Naomi's her, the I'm trying to describe this right. Her skip.
I didn't realize she could skip. What button do you push?
You press the jump button.
Really?
If you hold down the jump button while you're a human, she skips
Oh,
instead of walking.
I just saw her hop like in place because
Oh yeah.
I would
Oh yeah,
accidentally
that's
hit
what
the
you
wrong
do.
button.
Exactly. She
button.
hops if
I
you
never moved
press the jump
forward
button.
with it.
Yeah, if you're moving forward, you hold down the button. She skips to where she's going. It moves exactly the same speed, or slightly slower than her walk. But it's just cute to watch her hop everywhere. Like she just does a
I'm
little
gonna have to do
skipping thing.
that.
It's so cute. And it's like, it's one of those things that he loves to put into games where it's just a quality of life thing. It doesn't change anything in the game, it doesn't affect anything in the game. It just kind of makes you happy to see it, and that's the only reason it's in there.
So it seems kind of funny to see Naomi skipping, and she
Oh,
doesn't
I
seem
know.
the
It's
type.
so. No, the best part is, and this is why you should get some footage of it, because I think people are going to appreciate it. I know I did. What I love about her skipping is that, like, so she's got her normal sour face expression, but she's skipping. So she's just like, ugh. She's got her world weary, I'm tired of all this facial expression, but she's skipping. So it just doesn't make sense at all. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's a nice touch. Also, I cannot say enough good things about her running animation. Like with her super long, because she's got those super long legs, and she runs just like JJ from The Missing, with that
Oh.
like big, those big, you know how JJ had the body language of like those huge, like running forward steps, like she's vaulting with every step.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you look at the Naomi from the side instead of the back, you can see she's running exactly the same way as
Oh,
JJ
well, that's
did
cool.
in The Missing. Yeah, no, it's really nice. I call it the Lupin run because it looks just like, Castle of Cagliostro in the running. And of course, the wonderful body language when she gets too tired from running and she slumps down. And
Yeah.
both of the animals have their own different tired walking animation.
Yeah.
They have put so much into this. And again, we're just talking about a demo.
Mm-hmm. Did you did you do like her beauty routine and stuff like that where you got the
Yes.
sparkles? Yeah.
I know. If you do,
The
if you
only
fix yourself up in front of the mirror before going out, you're just covered in sparkles. It's so cute.
and I did notice, I didn't realize it, but I got stinky, I guess. And I
Yep.
was
You got to
talking
take
to
that
one of the
shower.
yeah, I was talking to one of the townsfolk and they mentioned it. I'm like, "Oh, is that why my charisma went down? I didn't know why it went
Yep.
down." It must have been because
Yeah.
I was stinky, but there was
You
no
got to.
flies.
No, no, no flies yet. We don't know if you get stinkier if flies show up. But I
Oh,
love
maybe.
that you have to take showers and you have to do your beauty regimen in the same way that York had to shower and shave, because
But the
it's social
townsfolk actually
simulation.
do react, just like in Deadly Premonition 2. They will react to Naomi's stinking. They'll actually say something. Um,
And given
I
that it's
rem
sweary, it wouldn't surprise me if there's like quests you can only do if you get stinky and stuff that only happens if you decide to
yeah.
let your appearance go for a while. Like that's the kind of
So
stuff you can expect to see in here.
there was when the game was being kickstarted. I remember Swery saying something about you also would have to worry about feminine hygiene. I
Yeah,
didn't see
but
that in the demo.
that got taken out. Yeah.
Oh,
He
it
mentioned that
did.
in an interview. Yeah. Yeah, so
Oh,
there's no menstrual cycle in the game, but there was
oh,
originally I know. There was
I thought that
originally
was kind of
supposed to be.
cool.
It would have been cool, but for whatever reason,
I guess
maybe it was
dudes
too
don't want to think of
complicated.
that. It's
Ugh.
like doesn't seem
Honestly,
like
it wouldn't
a big deal
surprise
to
me if
me.
it was something like that. It's not a big deal, but honestly, it might be something like that. The dudes were just like, ugh, and they
Oh,
didn't want to.
maybe it was the rating. Unfortunately, I'm
Could
thinking
have been
about that.
oh god, that's upsetting if it's the rating. Ugh.
Yeah,
That
I
would
was
be
like, I
very
was
depressing.
very excited when I saw that because I'm like, wow, you know what? Games don't
Address
take
it,
that
no?
into account when you're playing a female character. This is something I have to deal with
Yeah.
every
Why
month,
not? Why not include it? But
you
no, it's
know?
not getting in there.
So like
Oh,
second
the
hat.
miniature calico hat. Oh, the fluffy chow chow.
Did
She's
you
got a bib on.
get
Oh,
into the rich house?
no, I didn't get into the rich house.
Okay, the big I forgot the name of it. The white something
Yeah,
mansion.
the mansion.
It's right. Yeah,
Oh, I know
you can
where it is.
climb
I just didn't get in.
in there as the cat. Like if you go to the side,
Oh,
there's
nice.
a way you can climb in and then go under a fence and then you can climb up the house to get to the front door and then you can meet a father and like twin boys. Yeah.
Oh,
They
cool.
they seem like they're supposed to give you a mission, but I couldn't get them to give me
Trigger it
one.
yet. It might be in the full game. Like it might just, that
Yeah,
mission isn't in the
I
demo.
think it's because I don't think they expected people to
To actually figure their
obsessively,
way in there.
yeah,
I'm gonna
obsessively
just
check everything.
literally check every single roof in this entire game to see what I can and can't do.
Yeah,
Which,
yeah.
respect. Wow. Way to
So.
go. Yeah, no, there's so much. Burley's farm. It's just such a gigantic
Oh, I
map. I can't
love
wait to
her
explore.
with her big bicep
Oh,
on one
I
arm.
know.
I love her hair too. She's so
Oh,
cool.
no, she's got such a great character design. Although I am partial to Punk Chihuahua. I
Oh
love
yeah,
that Punk
I
Chihuahua so much.
love the bartender. She's
She's
so cool
so
looking.
much fun. Oh, yeah, White Estate is what it's
Yeah,
called.
White Estate.
Yeah,
There's
White
like a
Estate.
cottage and then there's a main. So if you
Mm-hmm.
go to the right side, you can hop through a little hole in the top of the fence,
And
and
then
then you have to
boom.
go around the building. Yeah, and you can go under something and then over something and then climb up the building.
Oh my God, I found him. I was looking for him so people could see it on the video. The dog with the prosthetic leg.
Oh,
You know,
yeah, that's the
the
guy who
butcher.
owns the grocer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and of course the posh dog, his wife. They're
Yeah,
hanging
they're
out
running around
together.
the park with
Yeah.
the one
Where
with no
the
statue. It's just
pedestal
the
that has no
base.
statue. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, like I am just blown away by what he has accomplished. And it's just a demo. Like that's the crazy part. I'm so blown away by it already, and it's only the demo. Who can imagine what we're going to see once we get a look at the whole thing? So, do you have a favorite character so far, or like something you're most interested in seeing when we get into the
Mm,
final game?
I don't know if I have a favorite character so far. I mean, it's still pretty much just introductions.
Of course.
I mean, everyone seems interesting
Intriguing.
and they're
Yeah.
yeah, I'm sad Elizabeth kicked the bucket like right away.
I know. Oh, I
But
wanted to learn so much. I mean, I knew she was going to die because it's in the trailer. I didn't
yeah,
expect it to be on her like third mission.
I was like, "Oh, okay, well,
Okay, that's
that was kind of
jarring.
fast."
Yeah.
Uh, I think so. I don't really have a favorite character, but
Okay.
I'm very intrigued with this whole team dog, team cat
Cat thing.
aspect they have going. Uh,
It's
I,
tough.
I think I'm
Uh,
most excited about what I can do to Naomi, like her house and stuff. I'm so keen to decorate it and change it up
yeah.
because I saw a glimpse in the trailer of her home, like I guess what they did later on, and it looked very posh. I was like, holy shit, I can get like a second floor to the house and things like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be amazing. The thing I'm most excited about right now is finding out what's going on with Downer. The
Yeah,
man who hasn't slept for 30 years
he's afraid
because
of the angel of death.
the angel of death is always on his trail. I'm like, oh, this is going to be good. This is
And
going to be
he thinks that
good.
scarecrows are the angel of death.
Of death.
I
I
was
know.
I was actually able to complete his side mission because I earned enough to buy um the new camera lens so I could zoom in
Oh,
and finish that.
oh no, I got
Yeah.
nowhere near that amount of money in my hours with the game. Damn, good work.
Yeah.
I want to know
You
more about
gotta
what's
use
going
those
on with him.
buzzwords, man.
It's true. You got to focus on those buzzwords and get those kittens taken picture of. The White Residence. Yep, so I did it. I got into the White Residence.
Okay, yeah, they just eat dinner every time. Like anytime I go in there, they're like eating dinner. And I
Hey,
did go
but
in and get a picture of them as cats.
nice. And
But
more importantly, if you get the challenge for like fancy antiques, well, this is the place to go.
yep.
Oh,
Did you?
beautiful Persian rug. I've got the getting pictures of them as
There's
cats.
something with like a tea. You can make tea in there too. I never ended up doing that. I don't think I
Oh,
had the
really?
materials on me at the time. Yeah, there's like a little tea
Oh, yeah,
set.
there's the tea set. Look at
Yeah.
that. Make tea, and if you bring the correct teas with you, you can make a tea at the tea set. And I'm sure we're going to be able to buy a tea set for our house at some point. It would be
Oh,
crazy if we
I
couldn't.
think you can make tea at your house
Oh, you
currently.
can with anything, but I think when you were talking about turning your house into like a classy environment, I'm
Mhm.
sure that we're going to be able to do that as well. And
Yeah,
now
you
I'm
can.
trying to steal a bust of a dude. Do, do, do,
I
do,
did that too.
do. Oh, I love how much you can just pick up and carry around in the game.
I like because you can pick up things, I guess, to set a scene for your photo, which is
Oh yeah.
pretty cool.
Oh yeah, you can
Uh,
like you're a photographer, but you're not you're a photojournalist, but you're not an ethical one. So if like, oh, you want to get some gnomes for the gnomes are important today? Oh wow, the distinguished cat is really mad that I'm messing with his house, so I'm just gonna leave. Oh, I did not like that
uh,
look. But anyway, so what I was saying was that like there you can set the scene. So if you're going to need gnomes, oh well, you can just have like you can just pick up and carry the gnomes around and set them out exactly the way you want it to get the picture you want. It's
yep.
such a nice touch. And again, one of the things that's going to make this game so special is again how open and how much there is to do. There is like nobody's as good at these at making these open world games feel like real places as Swery is. Like, I think it's safe to say that, he just is the best at this. They're some of my favorite open worlds in games ever, and this one has not disappointed yet, and I can't imagine that it will.
Yeah, I'm really excited to have the map opened up because it's been so frustrating
Oh,
getting yelled at for going too far in one direction. It's like,
every time,
oh,
I
but
know.
the lake is right there. I want to look at the lake. I
Yep,
can't
we're
because she yells at
so
me.
close. But hey, you know what? It's a week. We have to wait a week. We waited, 3 years, 4 years.
Yeah.
We can
You
wait
know,
a
I was
week.
kind of hoping that we would get it a little early since we were backers, but I
But
don't know if that's
no,
happening.
it doesn't look like it, which is pretty frustrating. But what are you going to
Yeah,
do?
so it's going to be out on PC, PS4, Xbox. It's on the Game Pass first day too. So if you're
Oh,
not
nice.
sure if you want to buy it, it'll be on that, and I
Fantastic.
and Switch.
Oh,
Yeah.
so it's pretty much everywhere right away. We're
Though
not dealing with
I'm
another we're not dealing with another Deadly Premonition too.
no, yeah, you have options. Though I would say stick with the consoles and PC. I don't know about Switch. I have a
Yeah,
feeling
well,
it's probably not going to run as nicely because it's still
probably not.
detailed.
Yeah.
I mean, there was no real load screens going to places when I was
Only when
playing.
you actually enter buildings do you get a bit of a load screen. But
Uh,
even then, like it's as close to instantaneous as you can get, while
yeah,
still
it's
like
pretty fast.
it fades to black and then it fades back up. So it's technically a loading screen, but you're right that it's barely a loading screen.
Yeah, I just have a feeling like the Switch will be
Yeah,
have some trouble. I mean, because
it
it is
tends
pretty
to.
simple, but it seems like there's a lot the game will have to load in.
Oh,
Uh,
absolutely. And
but
now
I'm having a.
I have gotten to the inn you told me about.
Oh, you found it.
Yeah,
Okay,
found it.
with
Found it.
with with that one
Yeah, there's
guy.
the guy, there's cold beer, beer posters. We got a poster for always fresh beer in town.
So if you
Oh
go
yeah.
to the left of the building where the statue is, you get yelled at.
Oh, I
I was like,
did.
oh,
Yeah. I tried to
okay,
walk up
yeah,
to the stairs and I got yelled at. And then
yeah.
I
Turn into a
turned into a
cat.
cat so I could just jump over it. Yep, 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 yep.
Yeah,
That
that's
was the
what I
plan.
did.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, no,
Did you
this
did you how many missions did you complete?
I think like obviously the main ones and then like like I think 8 or 9 side missions. Like not enough, obviously.
Yeah, I think I did like 20.
Oh my god.
I don't know.
But
I didn't
again,
I didn't keep
the
count.
yeah, well, I'm not surprised. But you can always oh no, wait, you can't load your saved game if you've completed it. Damn.
Nope. Okay, hold on. I have a screen cap of some of
Oh,
the
you have a
ones I did.
screen cap
One,
of how
two,
many missions
three,
you've
four,
done.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
Yeah, because they got that nice quest screen that shows
18,
everything you've
19,
completed.
20,
Wow.
1, 22, 23, 24, 25, maybe 26, maybe 30.
Oh my god.
And just in the demo, guys. Just in the
Just
demo.
in the demo. Wrap your
It is
head
just
around that.
the very beginning of the game, and I noticed that one of them I completed. Well, I was trying to complete, but it turned out that an ingredient I needed was in an area that was off limits. And I talked
Oh.
to the dude in the street, and he's like, "Well, you can find mushrooms in this area and also in the place where the murder happened, but the murder hadn't happened yet, so I don't think they assumed
No,
that people
you'd
would
go
be.
and adventure that far and do that quest yet.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, that's hilarious.
yeah.
Oh, that's
So,
so good. But yeah, I think it's safe to say that we're going to be playing the hell out of this. I'm kind of frustrated because the two games I'm most excited about this year, Deadly Premonition, Rainy Woods, The Good Life, and my beloved House of Ashes are coming out, and this is not an exaggeration, 1 week apart.
oh no,
I know, right?
are you reviewing both of them for?
Yes, I am.
Oh no.
It is gonna be a stretch.
Well, maybe.
Oh,
Oh, I guess you're not sleeping
that's the plan.
because the good life seems very involved. I mean,
Yeah,
I guess you can
does it
just do the
ever?
main mission stuff, but
Yeah, but I have to explore enough that I'm going to be able to talk about it, intelligently and talk about the kind of stuff the game has to offer. But yeah, I am blown away. And even though you're 20 missions in, it feels like you're just doing the tip of the iceberg for
oh
what this
yeah,
game has
I'm
to
like
offer.
the map is so huge. I haven't even done jobs or anything like that. These
Yeah,
are just like little fetch quests. Like,
yeah.
go get me these mushrooms and meat and make this pie. So
Get a
you
picture
tell
of
me
X,
how
Y,
good
or
it
Z.
is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
once we actually start doing jobs for people. Oh, there's Rita Barrett. I was looking for Rita Barrett earlier because I needed one for the I needed
Oh,
the picture for the two people who work in town.
the morning
Yeah,
bell mission.
I got confused about what they meant by town hall, and they just meant people who work at the, middle of town. At the building in the middle of town. I'm like, where
Mhm.
exactly is town hall? Because town
Well,
hall sure as hell isn't on the map.
oh, you know what? We forgot to talk about this. So one, so when you get a mission, if you want to complete a mission, you gotta remember to switch
Yep, to switch to
the
that
mission.
mission. I know.
I was doing the beer of the day for a week, and I
Ah,
forgot to switch it
and then you
to
can't
that
buy it.
mission. No,
Yeah,
I bought it and drank it, but it didn't
it
count
didn't
towards.
count to the
Yeah,
mission.
she's like,
Yes.
"You missed today." I'm like, "The hell I did." I'm like,
Yeah,
"Oh, I didn't put it to the
that is
mission."
one thing that's going to take some getting used to. But I had
Yeah,
the
so
same thing when I was trying to get a picture of somebody. And it's like, I swear I just took his picture. Why is it not counting? Oh, because I hadn't set it
yeah.
to the
So
mission.
you got to remember to if you're gonna work on a side mission to switch to that side mission before you do the act. And there's
Yep.
been other times where I made the meat pie and I ate it, and I'm like, oh, I didn't switch to the mission, and now I have to find another mushroom in the forest. Yeah.
Also, how great is it that if you eat at a restaurant enough times, you learn how to make that dish yourself?
Well, you learn how it's supposed to taste. But
Well,
yeah,
yes, but
it's pretty cool. Oh, and I want to point out, I also like that you see the food, actual food. You can take a photo
yes.
of it and stuff.
Take a photo of it. You
Uh,
can carry it around. Like
mhm.
I got my, and I know there's no reason to do this because it doesn't change anything, but I actually a couple of times bought food at a place, carried it out of the restaurant to a table outside, and took a picture of it outside and ate it outside.
Yeah.
It's just
I was
such,
like, this, it's so detailed. Like,
yeah,
wow. Just,
yeah. Well,
it's
no,
such
and
an
that's
improvement over like Deadly Premonition where you get a black screen
yes,
and a sound of someone eating an apple.
chomp chomp
It's,
chomp.
yeah.
And I
It's
think what
cool to see
impresses
the
me.
dishes.
Oh yeah, it absolutely is. And something that I really love is, and this is what Swery has always been the king of, is like putting these little extra details in games that you never knew you wanted and you wind up massively enjoying. You know?
Yeah.
Like I
It's
never
the
knew I
little
wanted to be
things.
able to do this. It's these tiny little things that make it feel like a real experience. So yeah,
And I'm
we're
addicted to
all
get
in.
the I'm addicted to getting really great engagement on my Flamingo account. Like I want all those emojis. I want all tons of followers. I'm gonna be following those buzzwords. Like I want the best pictures.
You want to
So
have the most popular flamingo account ever.
yeah. I still think it's pretty funny. I took a crap picture of a mouse and it got all these emojis. I'm like, it's such a bad pitch. Okay.
Why?
Whatever
Why
game.
why do
I
you
will
like
take it.
this? Yeah, no.
It's like,
That's
oh, it's a picture of someone, the back of someone's head. Oh my goodness, it's the best.
well, I mean, I've been on Instagram. You never know what those people are gonna like. I
Makes
agree with
sense
the
when I'm
games.
taking pictures of dogs and cats. I know that that's very
Oh yeah,
popular, but
but like the
I don't
back of
think
somebody's head as they're walking. Okay.
as they're kind of like scurrying away from me. All right, if you say so,
Why not, right?
flamingo people. But man, I
Shh.
wish I could earn money like that.
Oh, it'd
Wonderful.
make life so much easier. All right,
Oh, wait,
so
wait, 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 wait,
wait,
wait.
before we go,
Did you
please.
make any outfits for yourself while you
No, I
played?
haven't done that yet.
Mm. I
Is it
made a
great?
hat. Yeah.
Nice.
Well, you had to make
No.
shoes to do the
Well,
main
yeah,
mission, but
obviously I did the quest, yes.
uh yeah, I made myself a hat and I thought it was really funny because the person who's the seamstress, she runs the shop, she's also a streamer and you can catch her like going to her laptop and then she's like doing these poses in front of her
I
laptop.
know.
I was
Yeah.
just laughing like, "Oh, she's a streamer." Yeah, I just
Yeah.
thought that was cute.
A shot right at us.
Yeah.
No, it's nice.
It was like that was
It's
really cute.
fantastic. No, but I mean, the game is loaded with these charming little moments, and I assume that every character is going to have stuff like that because that's always the case. Yeah, like
Oh, and did
Swery
your
builds
camera
these big,
break?
beautiful. Yes, my camera did break.
Okay, yeah. Your
I was
camera
taking a
will
lot of pictures though,
if you take a lot of pictures, guys, expect your camera to break, your lens to break, and you'll have to go back to John's camera shop to get it fixed.
and
Yeah,
it's
it's
not
pretty
that
annoying.
expensive.
Yeah.
Luckily, it's not
It's like,
that
no, I
expensive to
wanted a
fix.
color photo of the cat, and now I'm stuck with my black and white camera. Yeah.
Oh, well, at least the black and white camera is like it can never go wrong. Like it can never break.
Yeah, I don't think it breaks, yeah.
All right.
Um,
So fundamentally, we are, if anything, too excited about this game. I think it's
when are
fair
we
to say.
not too excited for anything? We're
Okay, you
always
make a strong
excited.
point. That's true.
We are
uh,
over enthusiastic about everything, Dan.
it's absolutely, you're absolutely right.
Hmm.
That is a good description of us. So expect to hear us back here with another Greenvale Radio as we dig into this game. I don't know if we're gonna do one when we both beaten it or one where we're just both a week into spending way too much time in this town.
I don't know. I think we should probably do it when we're finished. Well,
Yeah,
we can do like that would be the spoiler podcast because I mean we're
exactly,
already kind of doing a non-spoiler one right now because we don't
exactly.
know
Know
anything.
anything yet?
Yeah, except that Elizabeth dies, but you know that from the trailer, so I don't think
Exactly.
that's a major spoiler. So
Oh
yeah,
no,
we'll
no.
definitely do another one.
Oh,
Are you going to
absolutely.
be live streaming
Yeah,
your
I'm going to be
playthrough?
live streaming it. Not the whole playthrough, because again, I've got to do House of Ashes at the same time. But I'll be live streaming big sections of the game, and I'll be cutting and pasting and finding stuff that is worth celebrating and doing video compilations of all these adorable dogs and cats. So believe me, like there's going to be plenty of comment. There's going to be plenty of content coming
Oh,
on all of
wait,
our channels about this. Oh,
hold on.
please.
We forgot to say something. Swery
Oh,
wrote a book, you guys.
yes, where he wrote a murder mystery.
Yeah, and it's coming out in Japan in
Yeah.
November, but there will be an English
English translation.
translation
Yeah.
early 2022. So I'm thinking like January we'll have a digital version.
100% we're reviewing the hell out of that book.
Yeah, so expect a Swery book. This is great, guys. I'm very excited to read a novel from him. I love his stories.
I know.
Yeah,
Who
sorry,
could have
I
seen
know we're
that?
wrapping
No,
up,
no,
but
no.
that just
No,
popped in
no.
my head. I was like,
I'm
oh
glad
shit.
you remembered to mention it because I wasn't going to remember to mention it. But yes, I
Yeah.
too am extremely excited about the swearing novel.
It's called Dear Ambivalence.
Yeah.
And it's a murder mystery set in England as well. It seems like it might
This
be
really
connected.
inspired him. Yeah, it might
Yeah,
be
for The
connected
Good
to
Life.
this, or to The Good Life, or it's just he was so inspired working on The Good Life that he came up with a related premise. So whatever it is that made him do this, I am desperate to see what he's got for us next.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be fantastic. All right, so that's that. If you want to see more from us, I'm the Hidden Object Guru. She's Whitney Plays. She's also... I thought you were
Also what?
Well, your other channel.
Oh yeah, well I'm Whitney Plays on YouTube.
Yeah.
You can follow me on Twitch. I'm Kemiro. I
Mhm.
stream survival horror games to raise money for Extra Life. I will be streaming The Good Life I'm hoping I can stream a blind play, but I'm wondering if I'll just be too excited I want to play it on my
Rush
own.
through it? Yeah, probably.
Yeah. But my plan is to stream the full game at some point, and on Twitter.
Honestly, it's going to be a ton of fun because you're going to. I mean, I can't decide this for you. I can't be sure you're going to do this, but it would be very entertaining if, like, the start of every night's stream for you started out with 20 minutes of you explaining all of the stuff you saw in the game when you were off stream.
No, I would just make sure to just stream the game as I.
Oh no, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're both of us are probably going to rush through the game. I'm going to be streaming a bunch of it, but not all of it. I'm going to be playing.
I will stream the whole thing.
She's going to stream the whole thing at some point. And if you've been there for her epic Deadly Premonition streams, you know that's worth showing up for. Believe me.
Hey, my demo run, it's like 6 hours long that I did over the weekend.
Oh
so that's on my channel too. If you guys want to see me play through the demo and try to do all the side missions I could.
Wow.
It's there.
Okay. So go. I encourage you to check that out. Of course, you're listening to this either on, if you're listening to this on a podcast, be sure to rate and review the podcast app. And if you're watching this over at Deadly Premonition Archives, thank you so much for dropping by. Be sure to subscribe for all of our content related to the Swery experience.
Yep.
We love the man, and we're going to keep documenting his games for everyone.
Yeah, we're going to keep talking about him, for sure.
All right. So we'll see you back here soon. But until then, I'm going to say au revoir.